Horizon 2106, wind 350 at 8, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 34 right, Horizon 2106.
Skywest 4104, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up await, report departing Embraer in sight, they will be southeastbound.
All right, welcome in. Welcome to Seattle. Oh my God, this is the official kickoff of summer for Seattle. You are watching Go Flying. We are here at Seattle International Airport, and we're going to start off our first aircraft as a A350 from Shanghai.
Seattle Tower from Juliet.
So let's, as we pan away from Mount Rainier on this gorgeous day.
34 right.
All right, back taxi 34.
Here is our A350 on final, all the way from
Skywest 4104, maintain visual separation, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
Shanghai.
Visual separation, 34 right.
Switch over.
Skywest 4104.
Jazz 804, correction, Jazz 803.
This is a big bird.
Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up away.
Runway 34 right, Jazz 803.
Horizon 2106, contact departure, good day. 2520, Seattle Tower.
Okay, Charlie, switch over to Delta, cross 34 center, but hold short 34 right, American.
You know what's interesting is that I do this kind of as a hobby, and I'm always looking at these planes through a 5.5-inch monitor, and so I never look at them in real life. And those things are massive; they're so freaking huge. But yeah, it's I take one for the team. So that was our initial flight for the day. That was all the way from Shanghai. That was Delta 280. They had been in the air for 10 hours. 10 hours. So yep, there we go. So we are waiting for our next arrival, which is in Alaska. Yeah, we're kind of downsizing a little bit. We're going to an E175, as is tradition with Alaska Airlines and Seattle International. But they're off in the distance there. And yeah, here we go. So just doing this for an hour and a half today. This is our big window of arrivals of international flights. Now, what happens with Seattle is they don't really kind of clue us in as far as which runway they're going to put in the heavies. Like that was an A350 that just went over us. That one is something that you would not normally see out on the left side. It would be on the right side, but they mix it up all the time, so it's really hard. Like right before we went live, there was another flight from Korea that came in, and they were on the right side. So okay, so we're focusing on the left side arrivals. If we can zoom in enough to get the right side, we will. It's whatever approach control gives us. So this is our flight from Calgary.
Alaska 83, wind 320 at 10, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
E175, and they've been. It's only an hour and a half from Calgary, believe it or not.
Departing company in sight, they will be northwestbound.
34 right, flight away, Alaska 5.
You know, and sometimes we get those little commuters. I call them commuters, but they're really not. I mean, coming from Calgary, I guess it's only an hour and a half flight, so it's not that far. All right, coming up next is probably another 175. Yep, of course. From Jackson, Montana. Way off in the distance there. You probably, if you've got a good view, of course you got a good view because I'm aiming the camera. You can see there's another plane right behind our flight from Jackson, and that is from San Luis Obispo, otherwise known as SLO by the locals.
Cross runway 34 center, hold short runway 34 right, Delta 280 heavy. And Tower, you're showing Delta 8 for Alaska 629.
Hope everybody's having a great July 5th. Of course, yesterday was the 250th birthday party of the United States, and we had the fireworks to prove it, for sure. It was kind of nutso. Just driving home, it looked like I was out late with some friends, and just driving home, just white flashes in the sky. Couldn't see the fireworks themselves, but yeah, white flashes in the sky. It was it looked like we were kind of getting bombed. But all right, so from Montana, 3175.
flight at Mike, cross runway 34 right, contact ground.
Cross 34 right at Mike and then contact ground, United 2205.
And
American 717, cross
yeah,
runway
it's
34 right
it's kind
at
of
Kilo.
the unofficial
Kilo
kickoff to
55,
summer in the
contact
Seattle
north
area. This is
Kilo, cross
this is
right and to 55 to North
if you're not from Seattle, I'm not from Seattle, but I live here now. I've lived here for quite a long time actually. But
cross runway 34 right at
the
Echo,
way that they have
280 Heavy.
kind of officially, unofficially, officially designated the start of summer is July 4th or July 5th, depending. And man, we had an amazing. The start of the day yesterday was kind of cloudy, but then the cloud just broke apart, and it's now like this. I mean, just blue skies, amazing views. The temperature's beautiful. It's I can't really complain. This is the window that we have. It's all of about 3 months long. But this is the perfect time of year to plane spot because there's literally no clouds in the sky, and you've just got this blue sky and the aircraft against the blue sky. It's so wonderful. I'll probably get sunburned, but I don't really care.
Hey, back taxi 34 center, Mike, hold short 34 right, horizon 2145.
I gotta say, I do enjoy this this plane spotting spot because of the way that it's just right underneath the aircraft. There is a little bit to the east of here. There's potentially another spot that I'm going to try out and just do some photography in and see if I can get some good shots and maybe turn it into a live stream spot. But for right now, this is the perfect spot. I mean, of course, we got the lights and the wires dangling across and stuff like that. And we just shoot over to Mount Rainier.
34 right, line up Boeing, horizon 2217, traffic in sight.
All right, so next up, we have Iceland Air. Oh, sorry. But before Iceland Air, we've got another. Oh, this is a special livery. Toy Story 5 livery. This is coming all the way from Spokane.
Alaska 1371.
It's drivable from here.
Left line, Alaska 1371.
So this is a Toy Story 5 livery. I have not seen the movie yet, but I've heard really good things about it.
502.
And there she is.
All right, 2217, maintain visual separation, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
So let's see if we can get that
visual
livery
separation, horizon 2217.
in its full glory here.
United 1351, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line of Boeing.
Line of Boeing, runway 34 right, United 1351.
Frontier Flight 3406.
All right.
Contact departure. Actually, stay with me for a little bit. Traffic 1 o'clock, 2.5 miles.
Welcome into the channel. Welcome to the chat. Good to see my friends here. Trucker Noro.
Flight 3406.
Mr. Chief.
Disregard no factor. Contact departure. Good day.
Or departure,
Good to see you.
Flight 3406.
All right, coming up next is our Iceland Air. So these guys have been up in the air for a grand total of 7.5 hours. 737 MAX 8, all the way from Reykjavik. There they are. I don't know. I've said this before on the channel, and I'll continue to say it. I cannot sit on a narrow-body aircraft for that long. I mean,
takeoff 34 right, United 1351.
I have a problem with
Alaska
777 all the way over to Tokyo from here, and that's a 10-hour flight, so I can't imagine 7.5 hours.
34 right, line up Boyd, Alaska 1371.
And that was when I was younger, so I have no idea if I can hack it now,
contact
whatever the case may be.
2217, switching.
Okay, so coming up next, I'm guessing an A220, maybe? A220 from Delta? No, it's a 321 all the way from Atlanta, so this is the headquarters of
back
Delta.
to Kilo, hold short the right, horizon 2262.
Alaska 1371, maintain visual separation, wind 340 at 8, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, maintain visual, Alaska 1371.
Alaska 502, Seattle Tower, runway 34 right, line up and wait.
34 right, line up Boyd, Alaska 502.
So one of the things I've figured out here in Seattle, and I think this is kind of standard across the board, no matter what airport we're talking about here, but for the narrow-body aircraft, like what we're dealing with mostly on the left side, we have also well, mostly left side. We have predominantly narrow-body aircraft. Narrow-body aircraft typically will have 3 miles of separation between the aircraft on approach, which roughly translates to about 90 seconds or less. There's our 321 from Atlanta. So they double that distance, that separation, I want to call it that,
runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
to 6 miles for heavy aircraft. So if you're following a heavy aircraft, or a heavy aircraft is following another heavy aircraft, it will be a 6 mile separation, so obviously a little bit longer in between the planes.
It will be southeastbound.
Traffic in sight, 34 right, line up White Alaska 258.
So coming up next after our Delta flight from Atlanta is a flight from Portland, which is hop, skip, and a jump, another super simple drive from Seattle. And this is, they've been in the air all of 30 minutes. So 30 minutes versus 3 hours. Take your pick.
Alaska 258, maintain your visual separation from company with 330 at 8. Runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, maintain visual separation.
So what a lot of people don't know about some of these flights, if you look it up on Flight Radar, or if you check it out on, just whatever aviation website you may have, is that a lot of these flights are branded different. Like it doesn't say ASA, which is Alaska Airlines. It'll say QXE, or it'll say SKW. SKW SkyWest, QXE is Horizon. So these are aircraft that are essentially regional flights that are handled by regional carriers that are flying under the Alaska flag. So the staff is a little bit, they're their own staff and everything like that. It's just a way to kind of consolidate things. Of course, they code share and whatnot, but. Okay, so next flight. This is Delta. This is an E175 from Sacramento.
Use caution, birds reported upwind 34 right at 200 feet AGL. Alaska 258, contact departure. Adios, 258.
So one of the things actually was funny. Earlier on, I was listening from home. And there was on the approach portion of the field here, there was a Mylar balloon that was reported, and so there's like whatever 200 feet off the approach end of the runway, something like that, and that was the first plane reported a Mylar balloon, or a balloon, and then the second aircraft to follow said, yeah, it's a gold Mylar balloon that's in the shape of a heart. So the balloon was that close to the plane that they were able to see that stuff. So that's kind of crazy. Okay, so what's up here? This is our flight from Las Vegas. This is Delta 922. There you are.
Delta 338, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
And then right after that is 175 from Vancouver. Another short flight, 32 minutes. They've been in the air for 32 minutes. But you know what? I'll take that over a drive on I-5 and a border crossing any day. I don't care what anybody says. The border crossing alone is worth hopping over that and doing it at the airport and getting your butt down here.
Skywest 3363, Seattle Tower, November cross.
A little bit windy today. You might be able to hear it in the mics. Let's check our weather here. Yeah, so we got winds out of the west at 10 knots, so 280 at 10 knots. Currently 70 degrees here. It says cloudy. I don't think so. I don't think so. You'll just look around here. I don't see a cloud in the sky. I don't even say low clouds. I mean, look at Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier, if there's going to be any clouds, it's going to be around Mount Rainier. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Skywest 3959, runway 34 right, clear for takeoff.
34 right, clear for takeoff, Skywest.
I'm going to switch frequencies here.
20, runway 34 line and wait.
Let's go ahead and set up our west tower.
Skywest 3881, monitor tower, 119.9.
Right on. Let us get back down here. So you can see those lights off in the distance. They're out there. I can see two right now. One's dead center and the other one is just a little bit down and to the right. So that shows you how powerful those LEDs are. I mean, we're essentially, midday. And those LED landing lights can be seen from miles away. As a matter of fact, the next flight is a Delta flight from San Jose.
2013 on Juliet, hold short 34 center.
And they're currently 3 miles away. You can see those lights very clearly. And the one behind them, this is the crazy part, the Alaska flight behind them is 6 miles away. You can still see the lights. So it just gives you an idea of how powerful those LEDs are. All right, so this next flight is from San Jose. This is 175 LL. I call it low lead. It's not low lead. That does not stand for low lead. But they've been in the air for an hour and a half, and they're finally getting into Seattle here.
324, 34 left.
Skywest 6324, Cedar Tower, wind 330 at 9, runway 34 left, put away.
34 left, clear to land. 6324.
Continue on Charlie, hold short 34 center.
Alright, continue Charlie and hold short at 34 center, Delta 2922.
Delta 2922, monitor tower 119.9.
19.
All right, so that was our Delta flight from San Jose. Next up here is a flight from Kalispell. I don't know how you pronounce that. I don't know how you pronounce that, honestly. Here, maybe somebody can correct me in the chat. I have no idea. Obviously, I've never been there. Otherwise, I'd know how to pronounce it.
Skywest 3736 on Juliet. Hold short 34 center.
Sorry for people from that city.
Juliet, hold short.
I apologize. I'm pretty worldly, but some of these domestic flights I'm not so sure about. Okay, so they've been in the air for, so it can't be far from here because it's only been an hour and 15-minute flight. So, again, this is a 175 LR. It's operated by Horizon under the Alaska flag. One of the things I'm intending to do, I can't do it just yet because of the World Cup here in Seattle. Of course, the men's national team is going to be playing tomorrow. I'll talk about something I'm planning to do in a second here. But because of the the national team playing here, I can't get into the terminal, what they call a visitor pass. It's a pass that allows you to, without a boarding pass, get into or pass security. And there's a brand new observation area just right, almost dead center in all the terminals there at Seattle International. And it would be awesome to be able to stream from there. There's two problems. The first problem is that They have glass separate. You have to film through glass. That's not a huge deal if the angle's right, and that's, you just got to minimize the reflections. But the other thing is, because of the World Cup, they're denying all visitor passes right now. So I can't get in, even if I wanted to. So anyway, that's something that I plan to do in the coming days, is to actually have some streaming from the terminal. It's just a matter of getting in there. And if you saw my rig, you would probably understand why I'm a little bit hesitant to get in there, because it's a bit of stuff. But if you're new to the channel, come on in. The water's warm. Actually, it is really warm today. It's warm for Seattle, 70 degrees. I know for the rest of the nation, I'm from New Orleans, so I know what hot is. For Seattle, 70 degrees is perfect. If it could be like this all year, we would be overrun with a bunch of people from California. Wait a minute. We already are. So go figure. Anyway, so our next flight in, this is an American Airlines flight from LAX, a CRJ, mixing it up a little bit. 2-hour flight from LA. Up next, feel free to chat. I'm here. Oh yes, finally. Okay, coming in from Doha, that we have a Qatar flight. This is a 777-300ER, and our first heavy alert of the day.
Here it comes! Get ready for the heavy!
And there she is. We are on a 2-mile final at this point. I'm going to kind of zoom out a little bit just to get, there we go. We're going to get that whole bird in the shot. .300ER used to be my favorite plane. Now the 777X is, but I still love this bird. Nice big. Look at that. Just heard him touch down. Awesome. So we get some heavies on the left side. That's nice. Nice. Okay, let's see. So now we have a wait, right? Because they're in trail, they're 6-mile separation. So we're going to have double the wait time that we normally would have for the normal aircraft, the narrow body aircraft. So the heavy's going to cause a little bit of separation. But that gives me plenty of opportunity to see what is up next. And this is a flight from Anchorage. They've been up in the air for almost 3 hours. And so yeah, these guys, so this is 737 MAX 9 that's coming in. They are way out there. You can maybe see them on the screen. I'm not sure, depending on what device you're watching on. But they are out there, and they are definitely giving a wide berth to the to the 777 that just landed. Welcome in, Aviation Seattle. I need to get up to Painfield. I missed the Anton 124, and I'm so bummed about that. And there was also a Dreamlifter there this past week. My shifts with my job just didn't mesh and I couldn't get there, and I'm really bummed about that because if nothing else, even if I wasn't live streaming it, just to be able to record it would have been really cool. But yeah, didn't have that option unfortunately this week. Maybe at some point, I don't know if the 124 is ever going to make appearance again. It seems to be going all kinds of different places. I'm not really sure what its function is, but it was cool to see them up at Bain Field. And it's also cool to see the Lufthansa 777X. I guess it's now technically a 777-9 that's coming in. With they've got the liveries slowly going on the aircraft, which is kind of cool. Okay, so this is our flight from Anchorage. Again, we're looking south. We are on the south end of the airport. This is North Flow, which is perfect for these kinds of arrivals. 737 MAX 9. This year, I really wanted to get up to Anchorage to do a summer solstice stream, but unfortunately, the cards didn't really, or the stars didn't align, the cards didn't, whatever. I wasn't dealt the right deck of cards. I don't know what you call it, but you know what I'm saying. Things didn't work out like I wanted to, and so I didn't do it. But maybe next year. Hopefully by then, I'll also have a longer lens that'll allow me to get in to places that I wouldn't necessarily be able to see with the lens that I currently am using. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Okay, so we now have a little bit of a lull here. Okay, well, it's good to know, Aviation Seattle. I appreciate that info. This is the thing. Is like, so I was at Boeing Field on, when was that? That was Friday. I was at Boeing Field on Friday. I was doing some maintenance on a couple of the aircraft that I'm responsible for, and nobody at Boeing was working. It was clear. The 777Xs that they had parked at the field, I think there's 3 or 4 of them that they have. They were all just sitting idle. So what I am planning to, okay, so I mentioned this earlier. What I'm planning to do tomorrow is to get on the ramp at Boeing Field and catch the air traffic out of Boeing Field after the World Cup match. Because it's going to be here in Seattle, men's national team. U.S. men's national team is going to be here. And I have a feeling, I saw a stream from, I believe it was San Jose this past week. And it was like 3 hours of just private jets just lining up to get out of the airfield there. So I thought, yeah, I'll probably end up doing that. Nothing else to do, just run a power card. Okay, so now we have a Disney Toontown livery. This is from Santa Ana, California. Alaska Airlines. 471. Well, that's very colorful. I like that. Yeah, when I was flying, we just call them 7.3, 7.4. We wouldn't do anything else beyond that, you know. So let's say, okay, you're following a 7.4, whatever. They wouldn't even tack on whatever the it was a 747-400-8, whatever. They never did that. I was just, that's just kind of the way it depends on where you're flying, but if there's still a 777X, then that's fine. That's what I'm going to keep calling them. It's my favorite bird. I mean, I marvel at the size of that thing, and when I'm sitting on the ramp at Boeing Field and it's taxiing past me, and I'm right there, I'm just right outside the movement area, the active movement area at Boeing Field, and that winglet that's folded up is right above my head. It gives you chills to see, like, the GE9X engine is insane. And then you see it up close like that, and then the winglet being 11 feet tall, it doesn't look like it in pictures, but when you see it in person, you're like, oh my god, this thing's massive. People don't have a sense of the size of that bird until they actually get up on it. It's going to be an awesome plane. I'm kind of bummed that no U.S. carriers have picked it up yet, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Okay, so next up here. This is a flight from Portland, another flight from Portland, for people who don't want to drive 3 hours. We're going to take a flight. I'll give credit where credit is due. They are probably connecting with an international flight. But I like the drive from Seattle to Portland. It's not that bad. Really not bad at all. Tim Arnold, welcome in. Oh, you got to dance from the captain. Oh, well, right on. Okay, so let's see what's coming in. We got a United flight, looks like, from Denver. These guys have been up in the air a little over 2 hours. Tim, my fourth was mixed. It was a little bit of work and a little bit of play. I actually connected with a high school buddy of mine. And just to kind of give you a sense of my age, I hadn't seen him in about 35 years. So that gives you an idea of how old. But I made some burgers for the family, fired up the barbecue for the first time this season. It was great that way. And I'm trying to find... Okay, so here's a kick I'm on. This has nothing to do with aviation. But there's a rancher up in, I think they're Portland or they're either in Oregon or they're in Washington State, but it's called Snake River Farms, and it's not a plug for them. They don't sponsor anything. Snake River Farms meats that they have, like a ground beef, and they do hot dogs and everything like that. It's amazing. It's like Wagyu Kobe beef style, and so it was amazing. The food always turns out top notch like that when I use their meats. So anyway, so I made that for the family, and actually I'm gonna try and pick up some hot dogs on the way home after today. So that's another thing. So today is gonna be kind of a short stream. It's just till 2:30. Just cause I got stuff going on, but I really wanted to get out here because it's such a. I mean, look at Mount Rainier off in the distance here. It's such a gorgeous day. I mean, look at that. You can't. These are the days that make living in Seattle kind of worth it, because you asked me this, or if I were to say this in the middle of December or the end of December, I probably would not have the same attitude about it. Hopefully everybody had a good 4th too. It was crazy. I watched the fireworks over the National Mall this morning. I watched the replay of it. Oh my God, they just kept going and going and going, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, well, I mean, it's the federal government. They have the budget for it, I guess, but it's just crazy. Okay, so this is our Delta flight from Eugene, Oregon. Just in case you were wondering, that was a 175. We get a lot of those here. We get 175 or 220s, A220s. We'll get them here. Yeah, you know what, Aviation Seattle, I would agree with you. I just, I guess... people are commuting for, I don't know. I mean, it is Sunday, right? So it's Sunday here in Seattle right now. So, I can see that. But I mean, where are they going? Are they hanging out in Seattle, or are they going somewhere else after that? Who knows? But we get a ton of traffic now. Now I've noticed it's like in Seattle. I missed the Cargo Lux earlier, which I'm really bummed about. That was 747-400. But this time of day, we're getting 175s, we're getting A220s, we're getting 737s, different series, whatever, you name it. But we just, to catch those heavies every now and then is really cool. Speaking of which, we do have a heavy coming in. But in the meantime, this flight, believe it or not, is a private jet from Aspen. And this is Challenger 3500. So somebody's willing to pay the landing fees at Seattle. Because I think it's a little bit cheaper to fly in the Boeing field. But all right, so after that, as I was saying, speaking of heavies, we have an SAS flight, an A350-900 from Copenhagen, which you can definitely see there. Let me zoom in. These guys have been in the air for over 9 hours, so they are ready to get on the ground and enjoy this wonderful weather that we got here in Seattle. They definitely have a different sound to them. That was pretty awesome. Such a quiet plane. Those new high bypass engines that are on all these newer generation aircraft, including 777X and the 737 Maxes, they're so quiet compared to their just the last generation engines. It's just crazy. You know what? I work at a... Oh, wait. Whoa, we have another flight here. There's another heavy aircraft. What am I doing? This is our Alaska flight from Incheon. Jeremy, what are you doing? Oh, he's doing a go-around. All right. Well, okay. Apparently our SAS flight did not vacate the runway fast enough. So not only did we get a flyby by 787, they are gonna, I guess they're gonna be vectored by approach for another attempt. What a bummer. I know if I was flying from Incheon, I'd be like, what? I have to spend another 15 minutes on this plane? Anyway, Seattle flights, I work at this technology company that's associated with a very popular fruit, if you catch my drift. And the names that I get on the devices that get turned in for repair and stuff like that are it's here in Seattle. We have a very wide range of people. So in terms of like the types of people that you would run into. And even yesterday, I was sitting at the mall. I was kind of looking at people watching during my break and stuff like that, and just you would know what town you were in, what country you were in, just based on that, because there was just such a mixture, such a wide variety of people. So yeah, you get a lot of interesting names and personalities, I guess is the best way to put it. Oh, okay. So that Incheon flight here, I can pull it up on the map here. See where they're at. They've been vectored out over Puget Sound, and I guess they're going to make another attempt. So that those Scandinavians screwed up their flight, unfortunately. So it is what it is. Yeah, you can see them being vectored around right now. So the next flight up, in the meantime, is a Delta flight here. This is from Medford, Oregon. There they are. That's really something you don't see much. Well, you see the 175s all the time, but a go around. I think we were live about 2 weeks ago, and we saw a 777 go around for the left side. But they were way far out. I mean, way far, like kind of where I don't know if you can see it off in the distance there, but they were about that far out, and then they executed a go around. So I'm not really sure what the issue was back then. But yeah, it's a haul, man. When you're setting up with a heavy aircraft like that, and you are minimum 12 miles out from the approach end of the runway, it's a haul, and your passengers are probably not very happy about the fact that they have to sit on a plane a little bit longer. All right. What's up, Trucker Norm? Welcome in. Coming in from San Diego here. 737-800. So yeah, that's interesting. Actually, I was looking at the time here on the San Diego flight. 2 hours, 13 minutes. They've been in the air 2 hours, 13 minutes. The flight from LA was probably 6-7 minutes less. So it just kind of gives you an idea of like scale, right? You know, if you're going from LA versus San Diego up to Seattle, it's kind of a wash in terms of timing. I want to welcome everybody in the channel. Thank you so much for watching. This is a kind of a impromptu live stream that I'm doing today. I kind of decided at the last minute, I'm going to get out there. When I saw the flow was a north flow today, and the weather's as gorgeous as it is, I was like, I can't miss this opportunity. So we're here. We're here until about 2:30 local, which is about another hour from now. So our next flight here is Southwest flight from Las Vegas, 737-700 series. I call this the people don't like this term, but I'm just going to call it. I call it the squatty potty because it's short. It's squatty. You know, it's the cute version of the 737. Even the Max 7. It's just cute. It's got, it's just short. That's all. So I call it the squatty potty, but maybe the people who designed it wouldn't appreciate that as much. It's a term of endearment, people. All right. Oh, caught the crow there. Okay, after that, we've got another flight from Reykjavik here. We've got Alaska 355, 737 MAX 8. They've been in the air for a grand total of 7.5 hours. And they are there, off in the distance. Thanks for everybody for stopping in. I really appreciate it. Obviously, if you're chatting, you have to subscribe. I don't like doing that, but I just don't want losers to come in and just start chatting up, because we've had that happen. Okay, so coming up, this is our Mariners livery for Alaska. I don't know if anybody saw the Mariners just absolutely decimate the Blue Jays yesterday. That's not the Mariners livery. I was misled. That's coming up next. We have another one. Anyway, yeah, the Mariners, they handled the Blue Jays, I think it was 11-0 yesterday. Mariners are funny. I'm not a baseball guy. I grew up in New Orleans. We didn't have a baseball team. We didn't have a soccer team. We didn't have really anything other than football. And, you know, if anybody follows the NFL, the Saints haven't been the strongest team for most of their existence. And it wasn't until their Super Bowl win that they actually had a chance. And they've been fairly decent for most of the 2010s, but they've kind of dropped off after Breeze retired. Anyway, long story short, I just don't follow baseball, and I was kind of amazed to see what the Mariners did to Toronto yesterday. I was like, what happened? Did Toronto even show up? Because I know the fans show up. The fans fly from Toronto over to Seattle all the time. Okay, so here is our Mariners livery from Las Vegas. Bump the tripod. Sorry about that, gang. In case you're wondering, the speed limit is 35 here. Okay, so coming up after our Mariners flight from Austin, we have an A220. This is one of Delta's favorite airplanes to purchase these days. There's a lot of 220s, and they're almost always associated with Delta here in the United States. Not entirely sure what the reasoning is there. That's beyond my pay grade. I don't know any employed by Delta, so I have no idea why they chose that. But in any case, I'm just not a fan of narrow-body, small aircraft for long commutes. And this plane has been in the air for almost 4 hours. No, thank you. 737 minimum from Austin. When I go back home to New Orleans, I don't fly anything less than a 737, which is Alaska. All right, so here's our A220. A little bit cooler here than it is in Austin, I'm pretty sure. And I can see 1, 2, 3 aircraft, 4 aircraft in the lineup here. So let's see what's next. Really? Got an Alaska flight. This is from Salt Lake City, a 737-800. Alaska 664. Somebody without a muffler is around here. So one of the things that happens here on the West Coast, in the West Coast in general, I mean, when I say West Coast, I mean, I'm thinking from, well, the entire West Coast, is about this time of year when the rain kind of slows down and everything. You get this. You get a lot of brown grass. Come over here to the brown weeds and everything like that. That just happens. It's green in the wintertime. It's also raining a ton in the wintertime, but it is brown. And the most interesting thing about Washington State is that when you cross the Cascade Mountain Range, which Mount Rainier is a part of, you get this transition from this lush green, I guess, kind of foliage and whatnot, and it transitions to like a desert, high desert type thing. Okay, so what I see now, and I'm not hearing my aircraft, so I'm not sure what happened there. Let's go back. This is a flight. This is a Southwest flight from Sacramento, from Smurf. Figure out why my Seattle air traffic control. There it is.
Green Air 042 Heavy, monitor.
Southwest 140 at 99 with Julia.
Southwest 140 Seattle ground, runway 348, taxi via Bravo.
348 via Bravo, Southwest 140.
Ground Delta 1684 on Bravo.
Delta 1684 Seattle ground, spot 88, taxi via Bravo, remain this frequency.
Spot 88 and this frequency, taxi via Bravo, Delta 1684.
Southwest 739, join Whiskey from here.
Oh, right on, Trucker Norm. I see that.
Southwest 739, you can contact that south ramp now to pull you in.
Call ramp, Southwest 739.
Okay, so we do have over there, it's going to be kind of hard to see. It's Alaska flight, another Alaska. That's our Incheon flight that did a go around. There they go. Behind the trees, we'll probably catch them right there a little bit. They're not crashing, don't worry. The runway threshold is further south than the one that we're watching on 34 left. So they're fine. But that's where they put that flight. So that's been, what, an extra 15 minutes or so? Okay.
Ground Alaska 435 is approaching 66 with Juliet.
Alaska 435, Seattle ground, hold at 66.
So next up is 175 from Pasco.
Alaska 696, continue taxi.
Continue Alaska 696.
Roger. Scandinavian 937 Heavy behind the Alaska Heavy, exiting at Kilo, continue taxi.
Oh,
okay, behind the Alaska.
Wait, that SAS flight, that did they penalize him for causing the Alaska flight? I just heard that the Alaska Heavy is going to taxi in front of him.
Ground Alaska 120, turning right on Bravo.
Interesting. I wonder if they penalized that SAS flight for causing the go-around on the Alaska
Alaska
flight.
120 Heavy, Seattle ground, spot 88, taxi via Bravo, passing November, contact south ramp.
88 via Bravo and...
Are they that spiteful? I don't know. I don't know. I've heard of the
Japan
penalty box. First time I ever heard of the penalty box outside of hockey was at O'Hare. And I think we arrived either too late or too early. I can't recall. It was a United flight. We're coming in. And they put us in what they called the penalty box. And I don't know if the pilot screwed up and did something wrong or what. But yeah, we sat there for like 20 minutes after we landed. It was kind of sucked. Okay, so coming in from Boise, this is 175. This is Alaska 2235 operating under the Alaska banner as a Horizon aircraft.
Taxi via Bravo.
Taxi 34 right via Bravo Air France 337 Papa.
Okay. So coming up next after we got a healthy dose of flights coming in there. Of course, a smaller aircraft, but we got it. So this is SkyWest 3966 operating as Delta 3966 from Santa Ana. Been in the hour, a little over 2 hours. I've been in the hour, been in the air a little over 2 hours. I guess the sun's getting to me. But there they are. Want to thank everybody for joining our small little channel. It's always cool to have people come in, regulars and new faces, new usernames, tags, whatever I like.
337 Papa
Always
Heavy on
enjoy
departure, climb via the SID except maintain 6,000.
sharing a little part of aviation with you guys. Of course, we're streaming from Seattle International. It is 1:45 local on Sunday the 5th. And here's our flight from Santa
Papa
Ana.
Heavy, monitor tower 119.9er.
Monitoring 1199 Air France 337 Papa. Bravo 4.
That was 3878 Seattle ground, spot 88, taxi via Bravo, remain this frequency.
Alright.
88, taxi via Bravo,
I
this
can
frequency.
see one, two planes on final.
Alaska 899 heavy, Seattle ground, hold
Looks like
99
next
for
one up
sequence.
is from St. Louis.
355 on Bravo for Sierra 3.
Alaska
They're out
497,
there.
continue
There
taxi.
they are.
Continue taxi 497.
The gateway to the west, St. Louis, through that arch.
Alaska 785, Seattle ground, spot
So they've been
55,
flying
taxi via Bravo,
for
contact North Ramp.
almost 4 hours
55 Bravo,
from St. Louis.
Alaska 75.
So this is a 737-700. Again, my squatty potty 700s. I'm sure I'm going to get somebody complaining
Grounded
that I
afternoon,
call it
Alaska
that, but whatever.
680, 66 Orange Line, taxi to Juliet.
Alaska 120 heavy, pass by in the Embraer, head left out of the whiskey lane.
Okay, we'll pass behind the Embraer for Alaska 120.
Skyline 3999, follow the Alaska 73 off your right, runway 34 right, taxi via Bravo.
34 right via Bravo.
Alaska 696 on departure, climb via the SID, except maintain 6000.
Climb via SID, accept 6,000, Alaska 696.
Skywest
Next up,
3999
oh,
on
got an
departure,
ANA
climb
flight.
via the SID, except maintain 6000.
We have an ANA flight from Haneda.
6,000 to go, 39.
And
Alaska 497 on
just
departure,
south
climb via
of
the
there
SID,
they
except
are.
maintain
Okay.
6000.
Climb via SID, accept maintain 6,000.
they're on a 4-mile final. They've been in the
Anyone
air
phone down,
for, get this, 8 hours
Alaska
and
680
15
is
minutes.
spot 66 Orange Line, taxi Juliet.
So they are ready to get off this plane. Don't blame them. But in accordance with
Alaska
channel rules,
680 Seattle ground,
we must
behind
introduce the
Delta
heavy.
Embraer off your right, runway 3.
Here it comes! Get ready for the heavy!
Climb via the SID, except maintain 6000.
Block.
Alaska 680 on departure, climb via the SID, except maintain 6000.
See the SID at 6,000, Alaska 680.
787-9 to be exact, from Haneda, Tokyo. This is ANA.
Following company off the Orange Line, 3 right via Bravo, Alaska 435.
In Alaska 435 on departure, climb via the SID, except maintain 6000.
Climb via the SID, accept maintain 6,000 now, Alaska 435. Ground Alaska 700 in sequence, blue line 66,
All right,
right
that was awesome. Okay, so now we got
Alaska 899,
basically 2 minutes
runway
until the
34
next
right,
flight
taxi via Bravo.
arrives because
right via Bravo,
they are, that's how they sequence aircraft
Ground
behind
Delta
heavies.
1120
At
in
least.
sequence, spot 99 with Juliet.
Delta 1120 Seattle ground, runway 34 right, taxi via Bravo.
34 right via Bravo, Delta 1120.
Let's see who we've
Ground
got
Alaska
coming up
823,
here.
number 3 sequence, spot 99, or 34 right.
Alaska 700 Seattle ground, runway 34 right, taxi via Bravo.
34 right via Bravo, Alaska 700.
We have a JAL flight that's departing. I can hear it.
242 Seattle
Going
ground,
to
runway
Narita.
34 right, taxi via Bravo.
34 right via Bravo, Alaska 242.
Ground of the 336 in sequence, spot 99, be Miss Juliet.
Southwest
Okay,
336 Seattle
so
ground,
I think
hold
we have a
99
little bit of a
sequence.
lull here.
Holding 99, so the 336.
Yeah, we do. That's kind of crazy. Huh. I mean, on either side, I just don't see any aircraft
make a
on
right,
the
7
approach.
head to 015.
Contact South ramp.
Okay, so I'll use this opportunity
Ground
to
Alaska
talk a
823
little bit
heavy,
about
short, spot 99, right.
what's coming up
823
tomorrow.
heavy, Seattle ground, runway 34 right,
The
taxi via
plan
Bravo.
is,
Get right via
after
Bravo
I'm
for Alaska
done with
823.
my work, I'm going to jet on over, no pun intended, to
Alaska
Boeing
899
Field.
heavy on departure,
And
climb
I
via the
plan
SID, except
to
maintain
stream
6000.
all the private jets that are leaving after the match tomorrow between, I think it's Belgium, right? It's US and Belgium.
Delta
I think so.
1120 on departure, climb via the SID, except maintain
So I'm
6000.
going to stream that. I was hoping that Air Force One would make an appearance, but it doesn't appear that that's the case. We don't. Our president does not particularly like Washington State, and so we're kind of we get screwed in these kind of events. I would really love to see the new livery or the new aircraft even, but I don't think it's happening tomorrow. But at the very minimum, if you're interested in seeing how many private aircraft come to a FIFA World Cup match, there on Instagram there is another creator that has I think it's like a 3-hour live stream that goes from dusk all the way through to nighttime, where there is just private jet after private jet after private jet after private jet. All these people. If anybody tells you that there's not much money in FIFA, is full of it, because there's hundreds of millions of dollars worth of aircraft, maybe even more, that were at San Jose International after the match. So
336,
I'm going to try and film that tomorrow.
34 right via Bravo 336.
After the match.
Southwest 336 on departure, climb via the
So we do have a flight coming in,
6000.
finally. I can see them off in the distance. And they are coming from Anchorage, another flight from Anchorage. Fitting, it's Alaska Airlines.
Southwest 336 on departure, climb via the Civics at maintain 6000.
So another flight, been in the air about 3 hours at
Ground
this
Delta
point.
542 at Juliet at 99, ready to taxi.
Yeah. So again, this is one of those places I want to get up to. I just don't see that.
Hold at 99,
maybe
Delta
next
542.
summer solstice. I'm definitely not going there.
Seattle ground.
I like my daylight every now and then.
Standby.
Nice.
Ground Scouts, 92, Echo Haneda, Bravo 5 up.
So we do have some flights. We have a
Southwest
United
392,
flight from
ground.
Newark. I see
Beam your gate taxi via Bravo, passing Mike,
in
contact
the
Southbound.
approach pattern. We also
Bravo
have a flight
beam,
from
have Mike
DFW.
contact, Rams, Scouts, 992.
Let's see, what else do we have? About it for the moment. So here's our Anchorage flight.
Ground Sky 3966, off hotel from 34 right. We're showing Sierra 4 Alpha for the current gate.
Skywest 3966, Seattle ground. I'm showing the same thing. Spot 88, taxi via Bravo, passing November, contact the South Ramp.
88 via Bravo and passing November will contact the South Ramp, Skywest
I'll
3966.
switch back over.
Alaska 700, on departure, climb via the Civics at maintain 6000.
Lots of...
Alaska 700, on departure, climb via the Civics at maintain 6000.
Let me just check on the
Via the
airport.
departure, at maintain 6000, Alaska 700.
Alaska 242, on departure, climb via
All
the
right,
Civics at
so
maintain 6000.
arrivals. What do we got
Climb
coming
via the
up
Civics at
here?
maintain 6000, Alaska 242.
Ground only point 118 of Bravo and parking is 07.
Oh, did they switch us to ground? They sure did. I didn't want ground. I want power.
Oh.
There we go. Power west. Okay, here's our flight from Anchorage. This is 737 MAX 9. Right on. Kind of bringing up the rear here. Thank you, Simulated Sky Seattle. I appreciate that. Yeah, I see some flights. They're coming in. This is the window from about 1 o'clock to 2:30 on a Sunday. Is generally speaking, it's a good mixture of heavies and domestics, or narrow bodies, I guess. And we, try and catch as many as I can. I feel like I'm playing Pokemon. But it's one of those things where sometimes you'll get the flights that come in, like that Alaska flight.
Taxi, Tingo,
the 777, I'm sorry, the 787 that was coming in, did the go around. That would have been right above us, and it kind of was right above us, but it wasn't landing because it had to do the go around. So we get a good mixture of heavies. The bummer about being in Seattle is that you don't know which runway they're going to give these planes, and a large part of it depends on the flow.
National aircraft, general information, kilos current, wind 320 at 11, altimeter 3012.
Okay, so the winds have shifted. They're 320 at 11 knots now, which is that's It shifted 4
American
degrees.
757
So
Seattle
anyway,
Tower, wind 320
we're going to
11,
continue to see a
runway
north flow,
34
which
left,
is
clear
good
to land.
for the time
34
being.
left, American 757.
But we should see some other aircraft come in here. We've got, let's take a look. We've got, we do have an American flight coming in from DFW. That's our A321 Neo. And what else is coming in after that? Right behind them is our flight from Newark. So, yeah, we've got to, I mean, you know, they're just going to keep coming in. Let's keep filming. We're here for the next 30 minutes, so we're just going to, every plane that comes in, we're going to capture it. Got to say, one of the things I love about live streaming on days like today is that you just, the conditions couldn't be more perfect for capturing aircraft. And I know there's some drama associated with like doing it at night or doing it in inclement weather, and Seattle has its fair share of inclement weather in the wintertime. So I'm sure we'll probably get some not so great days where we're catching aircraft just popping out of the low ceilings down the road. But unfortunately, what happens here in Seattle is that when we have bad weather, it's generally a south flow, which means we have to be on the north side of the field, which means I need a longer lens, and unfortunately that's not something that's in the budget at the moment. So I have to kind of plan accordingly. But you know, catching those aircraft when it's bad weather is kind of cool too, because you see the lights and then you see them pop out of the clouds and then boom, they land. Pretty cool. But days like today, oh man, this is the best. This is the best. So coming up next. Oh, look at that. Alex is in. Hey, buddy. So next flight up is our 321 Neo from Dallas. These people are going to be so happy when they get off the plane because I know it's hotter than hell in Dallas right now, and they're going to feel like, oh, wow, this is like winter weather. We're going to put our sweaters on. It's 70 degrees.
Seattle Tower, now 325, checking in outside of Geaux for the ILS, 34 left.
United 325 Seattle Tower, wind
you can see, take a look here. This is what I'm seeing on my screen.
34 left, clear to land, United 325.
So I've got 3 planes on final at the moment. So we got, so this is our flight from DFW. Right after that, we got a flight from Newark. And then right after that, we have a flight from LAX. All 737, no, 737, this is a 321 Neo right now. Whoa. All right. Yeah, you like my G1000 integration? It's my handiwork there.
Seattle Tower, Alaska 603, 34 left.
Alaska 603 Seattle Tower, wind 330 at 12, runway 34 left, clear to land.
To land, 34 left, Alaska 603.
Alex, are you working on our queue today? Please. Sorry. All right, so here's our flight from Newark. This is 737 MAX 9. These guys have been in the air for over 5 hours. I'm sure they're ready to get off the plane.
American 757, your gate, Delta 11, currently occupied. Turn left on Tango, hold short, taxiway Charlie, trying to left.
Left on Tango, short, Charlie, final left.
One of the things I hear quite a bit on the air traffic control is that your gate's occupied. I mean, it's every day. You hear it every day and multiple times throughout the day. Well, hey, look, you know what? Somebody needs to be working on our queue. So for those of you who are not familiar with what Alex and I are talking about, you don't have to worry about it. But he knows exactly what I'm talking about. We have a queue to get through. Okay, so next up is a flight from Los Angeles. This is United 325 at 737-800. Just over 2-hour flight. They are on a 3-mile final at this point.
United 1289, taxi Tango Juliet, hold short, runway 34 center.
That was a
Tango
United
Juliet,
flight.
hold short, 34 center.
That guy
United
just called it was a flight that just
1289.
landed, so
United
that shows you how
1289,
fast
monitor
things
tower,
are going.
119.9er.
So when that Alaska flight that had to go around earlier, the 787 right behind the SAS, that SAS flight, I don't know what was going on with them, but they were dragging. How's that go around? I wonder if airlines can bill each other for having to do a go around. That would be, you know what? You'd see a lot more compliance if that was the case. Okay, anyway, here's our flight from LAX.
Land, runway 34 left, Alaska 475.
United 325. Yeah, I doubt that. Seriously, doubt that. But okay, so what's coming up next? So next up is another 737, all the way from, I'm sure it's a cool, crisp 65 degrees in Phoenix right now.
Charlie, hold short, runway
Joking,
34
but this is
center.
737-900, Alaska 603.
664, monitor tower, 119.9. Have a good day.
99, good day.
American 757, your gates open at Charlie, hold short, runway 34 center.
At Charlie, hold short, 34 center, American 757.
American 757, monitor tower, 119.9. Have a good day.
Monitor 199, good day, American 757.
United 325 at Echo, hold short, runway 34 center.
Echo, hold short, 34 center, United 325.
United 325, monitor tower, 119.9. Have a good day.
199 will monitor, United
And these,
325.
let's see, they're on a 2-mile final at this point. Gives you an idea of distance. We're at about the, I would say 3/4 mile marker where we are at this location. Okay, so who is up next? Another Alaska flight from San Diego. And this is 737 MAX 9. This is Alaska 475. Kind of resize things a little bit here. So that's it's an Alaska flight, and then right behind them we've got of course, a 175, and then behind them another 175. Okay, so we've got a flight. This flight coming in that's close up here is from San Diego. Max 9. Right behind them is from Spokane.
Have a good day.
And then right behind them is from Santa Barbara. So, there you go.
54 left.
2-mile final for our flight here.
Again,
is Alaska 475.
330 at 10, runway 34 left, cleared to land.
34 left, cleared land, Horizon 2143.
Airbus 3754, Seattle Tower, wind 330 at 10, runway 34 left, cleared to land.
Tower, Tower, 3754,
Tower, wind 330 at 10, runway 34 left, cleared to land.
34 left, clear land, Skywest 3754.
Tower, Southwest 3051, visual 34 left.
Southwest 3051, Seattle Tower, wind 330 at 10, runway 34 left, cleared to land.
34 left,
There's
clear to
our
land,
flight.
Southwest 3051.
So 175. Currently at 1,200 feet, AGL, 4-mile final. Behind them is the Alaska flight, and then behind them is the Southwest flight from Denver. So we got a 175, 73.
Alaska 475 at Echo, hold short, runway 34 center.
On
That is
Echo,
a
hold short,
800
34 center,
series.
Alaska 475.
Alaska 475, monitor tower, 119.9. Have a good day.
Hope everybody's having a good
Alaska 475.
Sunday. I know I am, because I'm out here in the sun, enjoying the weather instead of being cooped up in a little room with fluorescent lighting. This is nice to be out in the sunshine and enjoy all these wonderful aircraft passing overhead. All right, here's our Delta flight.
Tower 1045 is with you, 34 left.
Delta 1045, Seattle Tower, wind 340 at 10, runway 34 left, clear to land.
34 left, clear lane, Delta 1045.
Kind of wonder, sometimes I hear those throttles go up and down on that last like short final approach. I kind of wonder if that's an auto throttle thing or if that's the pilots just kind of adjusting as they're landing, doing it manually. Because the auto throttle is really cool in that it keeps the plane at the right speed all the way down to the runway. But I don't think it would be that kind of up and down. I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong, especially on a smaller aircraft like an Embraer 175. But they don't pay me to know that stuff, so I don't care. Take a shot for every 175. This stream, well, fortunately, I've only got 20 minutes left in this stream. Because if I had to take a shot for every 175, I would be on the grass right now, sleeping. Actually, there is a very nice shaded area right here where I could just kind of hang out right underneath this tree if I wanted to.
Runway 34 center.
Tango Juliet, hold short, 34 center.
But you would get unfiltered
54, monitor tower, 119.9.
commentary, which I don't know if YouTube is appreciative of that or not. Of course, that again, the alternative would be like take a shot on, what's up, Robbie? Take a shot like of caffeine, you know, just like, or a Red Bull or something like that. Then it'd be like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah. Just can't stop talking, which I guess I kind of do already. But anyway. Okay, so next up in the party line is our flight from Denver, as you can see here. And they've been in the air for a little over 2 hours at this point, and they are just about 2 miles out.
Tower Alaska 630 is ILS 34 left.
Alaska 630, Seattle Tower, wind 340 at 9er, cut 15, runway 34 left, clear to land.
Wind land 34 left, Alaska 630.
2143, taxi Tinko, Juliet, hold short, runway 34 center.
Juliet, hold short.
119.9, have a good day.
Good day, Horizon 2143.
Robbie, what did I do yesterday? Yes, well, I worked, which, such is life. But then after work, I barbecued, as one should, on July 4th. And then I also hung out with an old high school buddy that I hadn't seen in about 35 years. So that was just in town visiting his son. So that was kind of cool. Long day yesterday. I think it was like started at about 6 in the morning, went till almost midnight. So that was a long day. And of course, I got a chance to see all the fireworks. I did watch, I don't know if anybody watched the fireworks from the mall in DC, but man, was that insane. It was just like, it was a crazy amount of fireworks. It just, it was absolutely crazy.
3051, your gate, Bravo 12, currently occupied. Turn left on
Another
Tango,
currently occupied
hold
gate.
short of taxiway
Okay,
Charlie.
so these guys
Left on Tango,
are
hold
coming
short of
up here.
taxiway Charlie.
This is an A321
Thanks, that was 3050.
Neo as well from LAX. This is Delta 1045. For those of you who did celebrate the 4th, hope you had a good one. Hope your digits and your limbs are still intact, still attached to your body. Hope there were no emergencies. I know that we will probably get a lot of devices at our place of business that were damaged yesterday or today that we have to fix.
1045, roll on, turn right at the high-speed Zulu.
Okay, we're
My
going wrong then,
sympathies
right
for
at
the
Zulu, we
staff
got
that
a
has to
1045.
fix those things.
Southwest 3051, remain this frequency.
Inability
Okay, they said 20
to
minutes for
follow
Southwest
the
3051.
rules of the road when it comes to handling fireworks, but such is life. That's how we make money. Okay, so next up here, we have a flight from San Francisco. This is Alaska 630. It's a 737-900.
34 left.
Envoy 3440, Seattle Tower, wind 340 at 11, runway 34 left, clear to land.
34 left, clear to land, Envoy 3440.
Delta 1045, your gate, Alpha 12, Alpha, currently occupied. Hold forward, hold short of
Right on. Okay. Yeah, you know, that SAS flight, yeah, we've got, sometimes flight radar is like, just like, there's also a Southwest aircraft that's out at Marine View Park.
69, 34 left.
I don't know what's going on. Sometimes I don't know if that's the ADSB. That SAS flight actually caused the go around of an Alaska Heavy right behind him earlier, and I'm pretty sure they're parked. Oh, now they disappeared. They're no longer there. So whatever. That Southwest flight though, that's at Marine View Park. It's been sitting there. This is the one from Sacramento that we filmed earlier. What are they doing? So clearly we have some technical glitch. Oh man, look at this. Here, I'll put it on here. You can see. It's like plane landed. I did not see it taxi past us on the highway, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. We got another flight, another Southwest flight. This is a St. Louis flight. Again, we also filmed this. This one wants to hang out in Gregory Heights. I don't know what's going on there. Again, these are clearly some technical glitches with flight radar or the ADSB signals that they're getting from the aircraft or on the receivers themselves. I'm not sure. Whatever, you know, it's kind of funny. Yeah, potentially checking out the view. I mean, who knows, right? It's a good view. I mean, it really is kind of a good view. I think there's, I think Salty's is there on the beach there. No, that's Redondo Beach. That's a little bit further south. But okay, so back to aviation stuff. And that plane's parked on the beach. 175. So I guess according to Alex, I have to take a shot. I have a shot of ice cubes at this point. This is 175 from Phoenix. This is American 3440. Operating as Envoy 3440.
Tower Alaska 654, lined up for 34 left.
Alaska 654, Seattle Tower, wind 340 at 9.
And let's see what is coming up after that Alaska flight. So, okay, is there a good viewing spot from the north? Yes. There's a spot. There is a water treatment facility on the north end of the field where I will set up from time to time. You have to have a long lens, and usually by the time the aircraft are at that point north of the field, they're several hundred feet up in the air. So you sometimes, if it's a heavy aircraft, you might be able to catch it, but again, you have to have a long lens to be able to capture those because they're high up by the time they get to you. So at some point, we can, we'd set up there, but it's a great spot. It's a great spot when the traffic is landing to the south. There's a south flow. That spot is almost perfect. It does have some trees in the way.
119.9. Have a good day.
In some spots, but it's also a pretty excellent location to catch both departing and arriving aircraft. To an extent. Again, you have to have a long lens. Okay, so what's coming up here? This is our Southwest flight from San Diego.
Runway 34 left, cleared to land.
This is Southwest 4769.
Tower, hello, Tower 3735, visual to the left.
And I'm looking at it through a 5.5-inch screen, but I'm willing to bet that that is a Widebody 700, and it is. Yeah, I don't think I have the printer capabilities, Alex, to do that. But I can't get into the terminal on that visitor pass right now because it's World Cup time, and they've actually shut that down. But once the World Cup's over, or we don't have any more matches here in Seattle, I think they're going to open that up again. I'll be able to go to the new observation deck, and hopefully catch some good activity on the airport. I don't know. We'll see. We will absolutely see. I just need to get there. Unfortunately, my rig
open at November,
is
short, runway 34 center.
It looks too much like it requires a permit to be used anywhere
monitor tower,
inside of a public facility.
19,
Anyway, okay, so what do we got coming up here? We got an Alaska flight from Ontario.
Short 34 center at Echo, Southwest 4769.
Southwest 4769, monitor tower, 119.9. Have a good day.
99, great day, Southwest 4769. Tower, Delta 2921, visual 34 left.
Delta 2921,
They're loud. It's such a stark contrast. The engines on the Max series versus the engines on the old 7, 8, 900 series. It's such a difference in terms of the volume of the engines. You just want to go to Chili's. That's the only reason. You just want to go to Chili's. You know what, Alex? I tell you what. If once that happens, you're saying the Chili's is in the terminal, right? So if that's the case, we'll make an outing of it. How's that sound? We'll find a day that we're both off, and then we can go and we can eat Chili's and film airplanes. How's that sound to you? I think it would be fun. I haven't had Chili's in probably 20 years.
654, taxi Tango, Juliet, hold short, runway 34 center.
Okay, so what's coming up next here? What do we got? Oh, 7.5. So we got the... oh, no, sorry. This is a 321. Another 321 Neo. This is from Boston. This is Delta 332.
Towers goes 3679 on the visual 34 left 170 to Geaux.
3679 tower, wind 350 at 10, runway 34 left, clear to land.
34 left, clear to land, goes.
Alex, you kill me with the Chili's thing. I don't know what your obsession with Chili's is, but it's kind of a running joke. Scott.
Tower 82306, visual 34 left.
Okay, so who's up next here? So this is from Redmond, and not Redmond, Washington. This is Redmond, Oregon. This is SkyWest 3735, which is operating under the Delta flag.
Delta 332, turn right at Echo, hold short, runway 34.
And of course it's a 175. So, according to Alex, I need to take a shot, and I've been saving up my ice cubes for shots, I guess. I do need some hydration now. We need to do like late night streaming where that shot thing is real, and then the stream gets super spicy towards the end. Or it gets completely just obliterated because, not me, but the stream gets obliterated because, you know, you can't focus on anything. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that because then I have to drive home all the way back to the east side, and that's not a lot of fun.
Controller has a place for you to wait at Juliet. Hold short, runway 34 center.
Okay, so next
Roger,
up here.
and we'll hold short 34 center, Juliet SkyWest.
Another 321 Neo.
3735,
and this one is from
Tower,
Salt Lake
119
City.
Have a good day.
This is
SkyWest 3735.
Delta 2921. So let's see if we got any heavies on the docket coming up here, because I would love to end with one of those, and I just don't know if we got anything coming. Supposedly between
Seattle Tower, SkyWest
2 o'clock, 2:30.
ILS, runway.
Supposed to be a decent
SkyWest 3360, Seattle Tower, wind 320 at 10, runway 34 left, clear to land.
34 left, clear to land, SkyWest 3360.
Arrivals here. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got. That's already landed. Our Tokyo or Haneda flight already landed. Flight radar should just, you got to be able to filter by, you know, the planes that are still in the air rather than the ones that have landed. I don't need to see the ones that have landed. We know what landed already. And I don't really see anything here. No, nothing really coming up, but that's okay. We started with the heavy. We don't have to end with the heavy. Okay, this is from Tucson.
2921, your gate, Bravo 7 Bravo, currently occupied.
175, go figure. He's booking. So we got two more that I can see. Excuse me. Let's see.
Tower afternoon, Delta 69.
Both Alaska flights.
Left.
So we do have another 175 coming in from Pasco. And then right behind them we have a flight. Another 175 from Eugene. 'Tis the season of commuter flights, apparently. And I don't see any real heavies coming in. We do have an Air Canada flight? Oh, they're going to Portland. Never mind. That doesn't matter. They're passing right overhead, actually. Where are they? My eyes. I don't see it. It's literally on the north end of the field. There's
SkyWest 3679, your gate Alpha 13 Alpha, currently occupied. Turn left on Tango. Hold short of taxiway Charlie, behind the Delta.
Left on Tango, hold short Charlie, behind
feet.
the
That's probably why you can't see it.
3679.
Anyway. Okay, so back to our stream here. No, it's Alex. You can't. No, not happening. I have honeydew duties to do. All right, so here's our flight from Pasco, 175.
Goes 3294, 12 mile final, 34.
Alex, I will be at Boeing Field tomorrow after work to catch all the private jets heading out after the match. So I will be there for that. I don't know if you're in tomorrow or not, but maybe, I don't know if you want to, I don't know if you're, sorry. Disregard. We talk about it later. Okay, so next up is our flight from Eugene. Right behind them is a flight from Atlanta. This is a 737. Then we have another Alaska flight from Bellingham, which is a 175. I want to end on a larger aircraft if I can. Oh, if you're off tomorrow, well, hey, if you're off tomorrow, just saying, there might be some way to go hang out at the ramp afterwards, just saying. Okay, so here's our flight from Eugene. Just make sure you get that queue knocked down, would you? All the way from Eugene, which is a grand total of 41 minutes. 41 minutes from Eugene to Seattle. So I think what I'm going to do here, we have one more flight. Let's see if I can pick. Have any heavies? I don't see any heavies coming in. We might be ending on a 737, which is kind of... All right. Sounds good, Alex. Go take care of that queue. I'll catch you later, buddy. Okay, so next up is our flight from Atlanta. We got 3 in line here. This is 737-900 ER. This is Delta 629. And I can see 2 more. You might be able to see it on your screen. I have 2 more behind them. And I think with that that 737 from Denver, we'll probably call it a show. So we've got 2 more flights here. We got our Alaska flight. This is a E175 from Bellingham. That is right there. And then right behind them, which you might be able to see on your screen, is our other flight from Denver. And the Denver flight will be our final for today's show. So in advance, I just want to thank everybody for joining. This was an impromptu show. I thought, okay, I'm going to do this because I was bored today and didn't want to sit at home all day. And so I came out to the airport to do this. So it's always special to me when I see people tune in, even if it's a small group of people. It's so fun to be able to share this passion that I have with other people who share similar passions in aviation. Thank you so much for joining. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I know that's a thing that everybody says, but it helps YouTube push this out to more and more people. This is our flight from Bellingham here. And yeah, I mean, it's always helpful to, you know, the more people get watching, the more support we can get, the way the channel can grow. You know, there's a lot of aviation activity here in the Seattle area. So we've got really 4 different airports to go between. And this is the most active, obviously, in Seattle. But we have other airports around the area. And like I said, I'll be at Boeing Field tomorrow night. Look for that thumbnail to be posted. And then you can pre-like the show or subscribe. If you subscribe and you turn on the notifications, you can hear or you can get the notification when we do go live, so you can watch that. I have no idea what to expect tomorrow night. I really don't. Just based on what I saw in San Jose with all the flights departing after the FIFA match, I have a feeling it's going to be busy, but remains to be seen. So if you see it pop up, and when we go live and it's kind of a dud, then we'll just call it. But at the same time, just subscribe, and then you'll know that we're there. We're online. Okay, so this is our flight from Denver. This is our last one of the day. .737 MAX 9. And what you should be seeing very soon, besides the MAX 9 and the MAX 8, is the MAX 7, which should be getting certified very soon, and the MAX 10 also as well, which we have filmed and shown on the channel. So look for that in our shorts. Not in our shorts, but you know, short videos. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks a lot. Thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your day, great rest of your weekend. If it's still a weekend for you, if it's Monday, well, it is what it is. It's Monday. But until next time, y'all have a good one. Take care. See ya.
Charlie, Papa, Charlie, Sierra, Papa with the traffic.
Helicopter traffic through crossing at center line 300 feet now, no factor. Runway 1 forward left, 20 feet ballpark. Mike, thanks for the patience. Crossing winds with 32070, runway 14 right, clear for takeoff, Al-Qaeda departure approved.